Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you in advance for liking, subscribing, leaving comments, sharing, and thank you for using my coupon code JohnnyPrime for $150 off your Zooz bikes. As you can see, today I have a new toy, the GoPro. What the fuck was that about? Alright, so fast forward one day. Apparently the SD card in my new toy here was not up to snuff for the quality of the content that was being recorded. So I had to get a new SD card, and thanks to Amazon I got it in less than 24 hours. So what I have here is the GoPro Hero 8. I didn't get the most recent, newest. I figured I didn't need all the bells and whistles on that. And what I want to do today is really give it a shot. I'm going to do some jumps and bumps. Image stabilization is supposed to be really good on it, so I want to test that out. I've got a couple of different mounts. I've got a chest mount also. I've got this wacky looking head mount. I've got a selfie stick, and I've got this mount here that my phone is on. I don't think the phone will do too well with bumps and jumps. The other good thing is that it's pretty windy today, and so we'll see how the mic holds up to the sounds of wind as I'm riding. I've got the phone camera on super steady, so it's a little bit more cropped than usual. Yeah, it's bouncing a lot. I don't think it's going to be too good for the phone. In fact, let me take it off. Bumps and jumps and wind. Gonna really test this shit out today. You'll see me turning my head a lot because you gotta look around a lot. You gotta be aware of what's going on in this city. It's crazy, even though I'm really just going around the block a bunch. Alright, now let's try the chest mount. Sunlight, traffic everywhere. Get some speed, get some wind, some bumps. Ooh, that was a big one. A lot of wind. All this traffic is going to the Williamsburg Bridge. It's really fucking annoying. Alright. Fuck this. This is a bumpy street. Squeaky rear brake. Alright, try the next angle. I tell you what, the fucking touch controls on this GoPro right now are the biggest negative for me. just wants to jump over into photo mode or whatever. Time-lapse shit. I gotta lock it somehow. Selfie sticking. Upside down maybe. Better. Up on the bars. Now I have it on handlebars on my little rubber tripod that I have wrapped around the bars. It's still going to be a little bouncy though, I think, you know, because it's just, this frame is just direct contact with the pavement, so it's going to bounce. I can actually see it bounce, and I'm just hoping that this rubber tripod kind of diffuses the bounce a little bit. We'll see how this image stabilization works, but on smooth roads like this, maybe it's all right. We'll see. Yeah, it's already tipping back. It's got to be either on my head or on my chest, I think. This tripod is not the sturdiest. Try holding it. It's only the fucking bus when I'm trying to go by. Going the exact same place I'm going. Slow as fuck. Alright, pulling over here. Fuck that nonsense. One thing I gotta say about this GoPro, the battery life drops really fast. I mean, I've only been recording like maybe 5-10 minutes, and it's down to like 70%. People looking at me like I'm crazy talking to myself. You know, the human head is like a natural gimbal. The only thing is, if I'm looking around a lot, I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing. See how it looks when I stand and stuff. I don't know if the angle's gonna change. Oh, water. Oh, we got a bump here. Yeah, so like I was saying, the head is like a natural gimbal, so maybe it'll be a little smoother on my head instead of on my chest. Got some wind, so we'll see how that sound does. I'm gonna hit this curb over here. Yeah, that one's got a little steepness to it. I like it. I'm gonna blow this red. I'm gonna blow that red. Oh, good, another fucking bus. Awesome. My favorite. Buses and taxis. Get some speed here. Let's see if we can get a new record. Nope. Still 33. Wind is really ripping. I kind of want to throw it back on the selfie stick and get some more of that. Very easy to change settings on this thing if you're doing everything by hand. I don't like the app. I didn't like the way it integrated, so I probably won't use the app. But I just have to be mindful to constantly check my settings before I start recording to see if I didn't change something on accident. So right now I'm just holding my tripod. Usually I get some fun angles with this. This front end angle, so that I could look at the camera and talk to you pieces of shit while I ride. Then we got like the wheels. We'll see how much of the tripod itself is in the frame. My buddy Austin from Chimera gave me some tips on the angles of the selfie stick and the tripod so that you minimize how much of that stuff is in your frame. I'll probably be getting one of those bikes too. If you haven't seen it, check it out. The thing is a beast. Now I gotta try off the back end. I got all the angles and test shots I want. Get it home, I'll have a better sense of how I feel about this camera. Check out the footage, put together a little video for you fucks. And then I'll finish it up with my thoughts. Wrap up the review. I've edited a bunch of video footage and now I've got my thoughts and opinions on the GoPro Hero 8. On the negative side, the battery life is terrible. I had to buy some extra battery packs. Also on the negative side, the touch screen is a little bit too sensitive. It's very easy to change settings without realizing. On the plus side, the image quality is great. Video footage is awesome. The image stabilization there's hardly any shake. The settings I'm using are 4K, 30 frames per second, super wide, and boosted smoothness. My tip to you is to get a nice, big, strong, fast micro SD card so that you avoid the problem I initially had. What the fuck was that about? SanDisk Extreme 128 gigs gives me 4 hours of footage at those settings. Head mount, super smooth, almost too smooth because you can't really see the jumps. but the angle's a little off, so I probably won't use that too much. The angle's a little too high, you don't see the bars or the wheel. With the chest mount, you see the bars in the view, you can see the jumps better, and there's really no shake, so it's still great. The head mount is smoother, but the chest mount is really, there's no issue with using it at all. So I'll probably be using the chest mount the most. That seems to be the way to go for audio too. The body blocks the wind a little bit. There's really not an issue for me with the sound unless it's out on a selfie stick or on the bars, like further away from me. And when I'm using those angles, for the most part, I have music on it anyway, so it's really not an issue for me. And I don't really have interest in wiring myself up with a mic. It's just too clumsy. My next project will be to take it out at night and see how it does in low light. A nice nighttime ride. Maybe I'll go back through Times Square or somewhere where there's a lot of action. But that's it. I'm happy with this GoPro Hero 8. I'm glad I made this purchase, and I'm looking forward to shooting with it more regularly. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, leave comments, tell all your friends, tell your parents, tell your grandma, buy a Zooz. Use my coupon code JohnnyPrime for 150 off. All of it. All that shit. Alright, that's a wrap.